Hi, my name is Shane Howard, and today I'm going to show you how to build a Maximo Anywhere WAR file and deploy it to WebSphere. Anytime you install a fix pack or hotfix, you have to rebuild the Maximo Anywhere WAR file for Worklight and redeploy that to the WebSphere network deployment server. If you're using Liberty or Apache Tomcat, the deployment process is a little bit different. But what we're going to do here is deploy it to our full WebSphere installation. So the first thing we're going to do after we've installed our fix pack is run the build all command. And this is going to rebuild our APKs and our WAR file so we can deploy these. And it will also upload the APKs to the application center as well as the Worklight Console. This process takes about 6 or 7 minutes, so we'll let this run through and then we'll go through with the deploy to Worklight. So the build took about 6 minutes. Now we're going to go through the deployment process for the WAR to the WebSphere console. We're going to use the Worklight config tool to do this, and this is just going to upload the WAR file. Then once we start it, we'll have the Worklight console, and the App Center consoles will already have been updated and running. And then we'll open up the Worklight console, and we'll be able to see the APKs and the apps that were uploaded. So our Worklight config tool is located here. We're going to run the 32-bit because I believe that's the only Java we have on here. And you'll want to run this as an administrator. And once you open it, you're going to get your previous deployments from when you did the install. So you can see here we have a deployment called Worklight. It says it's already deployed. So all we want to do is update the project's WAR file to deployed Worklight server configuration. So we'll choose Worklight, and this will be your WebSphere admin password. And this is going to bring up the previous deployment information. So it's the path to the Anywhere WAR file there. And it's a little bit off the screen, but you can see most of it. And then a lot of the properties and information from the initial install that can't be changed. So all we want to do is save our deployment and then redeploy the WAR. And it's just going to scroll through the process that it's taking to deploy that WAR out to WebSphere. Now this won't actually start the WAR. You'll have to log into WebSphere to do that yourself. And this process takes about a minute. Okay, so our WAR is successfully redeployed. We'll go into our WebSphere console here. And we'll just start up the Ibm Worklight Console. And this is the WAR we redeployed. The important thing to note is if this name changes, you won't be able to use the update option because it's just going to try and find this and then update it. So if it doesn't exist, it will fail saying it's not there. And if that happens, you'll have to do a manual redeployment. All right, so our Worklight console started. We'll sign out of WebSphere here. So this is actually a completely different node in this cluster. Alright, so it took me a couple seconds to remember what the URL was, but the console's up here, and you can see the work approval and the work execution apps were deployed this morning at 7:50 a.m., which is about when the build process happened. The build process actually deploys the apps to Worklight. All we did was update the Worklight WAR. And then you can preview as a common resource to get your mobile emulator screen here, or simulator.